Oh, we were reading fish books. Oh wait.
Did you start it?
No, will disappear. Yeah. Wait, did I? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I'm very tired. Should hurry get some rest for the day. Fine. Plot.
You how you feel.
Damn plot. Been a while since we came here in our dream.
Welcome. It's been
Hi.
quite some time.
I just said that.
That's what I just said, yeah.
Copy me.
Do not be alarmed.
Okay.
You are fast asleep in the real world.
That's
I
alarming.
have summoned you within your
Alarming.
dreams. Now
Don't be
then,
alarmed.
your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far.
Yeah, like 15.
Do you
something
believe
episodes.
you'll be able to successfully
Yeah,
solve
pretty
this
good.
mystery?
What do you think, XR? Do you think we got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Splendid! The
Got this.
precise destination of this vehicle, that too is getting rather hard to judge. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, why don't we take a moment to look back on your journey? It was for that purpose that I summoned you here tonight. Margaret?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure we don't miss anything. Voice is like,
What's right? What you should choose to do in life? The answers to those things lie within you.
oh, let me see that butt. And she grabs us.
We
Oh,
are
God.
experiencing the words
Feels like
engraved into your
inappropriate.
memory during your
Sing this
journey.
again.
Failing to understand and failing to listen are rather different things.
Very true.
True.
Very true.
All right.
in life.
Let's go ahead and think this through as much as
Shut
we
up.
need.
If
We leave any unanswered questions behind. We'll just be lying to ourselves.
Immediately.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Who are you?
Right. Together.
Where's Teddy? Where are you hiding him?
And it seems you have comrades with you as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
Yep. Talking about you, XR.
I guess.
Oh. Or stopped.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
Ah.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life. Though there isn't much
Stop,
time left,
XR.
it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
Like the car.
People are like water flowing in a river.
Like piss.
There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently. Some travel fast. Some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
Getting this,
Just
XR?
The River of
so.
Time.
The state
That's the
of
name of
this
this
room
episode.
reflects the
River
scenery
of Time.
of your heart. Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation
Throwback
rather
to the
than
sands.
action.
The sands of time.
The waters
Just
of
full
time.
water. The distance. Marie said nothing. Almost as if she wasn't there in that scene.
Yeah. Where's Teddy? Why
That
do you
is a
waste our time with all these things?
This is a creative way of being like, hey man, you might want to like pay attention here pretty soon, because like it's really
Yeah.
gonna depend on what game ending you get. Damn it!
Teddy's missing.
You woke me.
I looked all over the neighborhood,
God.
but I couldn't find him
Okay.
anywhere.
Oh god,
Thank you
I'm
for.
gonna be sick. I'm worried.
What? This is the
too.
first useful thing you've
He's
told
acting
me.
weird lately. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Jeunesse?
Of course, for Teddy.
I'm gonna have to lie down.
There's not gonna be Teddy's missing and missing posters.
It might be. Clip clop.
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck
Useless,
for
all of
me
you.
either. I didn't sense anything over there.
Pushing
The fog's
everything
so
off the
dense
table.
it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
Called Mysterious Dream.
Oh fuck! I better. Okay. Better look this
Yeah,
up. This is
we better
more.
consult the oracle.
Yeah, this is more the Goracle. Nah, that's not what it's. Let's see.
What?
Where's before? Let's think about this.
I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy
What
myself,
happened?
but let's trust in him and
That's
await
why
his
your new
return.
wife.
Right now, we must concentrate on the
should trust
case.
him.
It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the
Where's
facts.
Teddy?
Of all the victims, only
Where
2
is
were
he?
killed.
Hell with the
Miss
case.
Yamano, the announcer, and
all
Saki-san.
of you.
From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were
See me,
multiple
like,
attempted murders in
leg
which we were
tapping, my
targeted.
foot
It was
nabbing,
only when he took
biting my
Nanako-chan that we
fingers.
caught him in the act, identifying
Just
his modus
pacing back and
operandi in the
forth, maybe
process.
sit down.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet. Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself. What do you think,
Adam.
Senpai?
Nice jacket.
We need to talk.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So,
Good
if
thinking,
he
ex-wife.
saves people by killing them, did he save us too?
That's
Wouldn't he
right.
actually
You're all
have
dead.
failed to save
You're
us?
all dead. That's
You raise
right.
a good point.
That's what
If
it
he thinks
means.
that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
He's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
Whoa.
I think
But that points straight at Namatame. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, the Kabi might murder her. There's another guy.
I think a warning letter. It's either the alibi.
Warning letter? Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to that thing?
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
Rescue any more of them. It's true, but he
Yes,
thought he
that's
was
right.
rescuing them.
Isn't that kind of
that doesn't
odd?
add up.
Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like "don't rescue" or "kill"?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean...
This wasn't for me. it was to the
Yeah,
house.
like an idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it,
It was not
that could only
XR.
mean...
Who could it be?
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident,
Have you
there was...
seen who it is?
So Namatame really was trying to save his
I've just seen
victims?
it online or something. I've never
Everything is
played this.
exactly the opposite of what it first seemed.
I tried to stay
In
away from
Namatame's
spoilers.
parlance, failing would have been the first 2 cases when the victims died. If he had
I've never
used his
used that
method
word.
twice and failed both times, he would hardly have
parliament?
continued using the TV.
Parlance?
And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
Face to face.
Maybe he was wishful thinking.
Who's Teddy? He's like, who's Teddy? We're just laughing. Quit playing around.
Beat
How
the
though?
shit out of
After what happened yesterday, they
Let's
said they're
play
gonna tighten
games.
security.
I have a plan.
Laughing around playing games, asshole.
Hey, this place is off limits.
Out of the way.
I'm a consultant with the police.
Look at my
I'd like
hat.
a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 252, requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah. Understood. I see.
Didn't work on my radio.
Well, you're on the list. I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not
He
that I
sounds
expect you'll
congested.
get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Huh? Detective Dojima sent him? I
So
was
does-
informed of this.
My hat is
I'll vouch
big.
for his
Real
identity.
big.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself.
Listen, just
We have our hands full with the transport
play with some
procedures, so
keys
the
or
last thing we
something,
need is
policeman.
Detective
We're
Dojima
busy.
running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san.
we're
A
kids.
disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Good luck, kids.
Understood. Please be careful.
Yeah, be careful with sport.
Fast.
I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
The fox may have arranged this for
Wow.
us.
Like, let's hurry. We don't have a lot of time. We put
There's
a bomb
nothing
in
much
the
inside
lobby.
that
What?
suspicious object. So he
we
won't be
put a
gone
bomb in the
long.
lobby. We can get a chance to talk to him.
All
Let's
right.
go.
And now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
Jesus. Whose idea was that? Yukiko's. He's always been about fire.
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
Hey
Namatame-san,
bud.
There's something we'd like to ask you.
Good sign.
It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are, but we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Huh?
Well, dots.
What'd you ask him? Where's Teddy?
You throw
Huh?
him first. You
Me?
Interesting. Not the first two to go in.
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Well, what's left to ask other than that?
The first person he
No.
kidnapped was Yukiko.
If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in there.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you
a
realized an
regular. She
appearance
knows
on the
how to
Midnight Channel
summarize.
meant certain death. Thus, to
last name's
save her from
Wikipedia.
that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel. It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's
I
saying
could've
is
told you
true...
Dude,
There's
under the
another
impression
killer
that
who murdered the first
whoever
two
he saw
victims?
on that TV, he had to go save because
Indulge us in a few more questions.
So when the first two chicks died, he figured he had to go do it.
Killed the first there.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he just-
Who knows?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
How'd you go to a TV?
Crazy.
I didn't know. I
Wow.
never thought it would be that kind of place.
As I thought.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
We did blame you for everything at first.
We were gonna
But
kill
now
you.
I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us.
We
We
gonna
were
get
about
bad
to
at
kill
it.
you.
Yeah, we were gonna get bad
Please, tell us
Yeah, we were
everything you
straight up just gonna
can,
kill you.
calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story?
Oh, there's a bomb downstairs, so we gotta.
at it. Dude, we gotta hurry. You can go set it real early. She likes to she likes to play it close.
All right.
This whole place is gonna be leveled if they don't get out of here.
Here's the story.
Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal,
Flashback.
and I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties.
Hell yeah.
I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble.
Yeah, you did.
I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that.
Yeah, you're pretty bad.
I lost the will and energy to do anything.
We should have killed you.
Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection.
As we all do when we hit rock.
And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell
Water is
face first into the TV.
That's good.
It all checks out. Water is good.
I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end,
You are. We're
I
not even
decided
here.
to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi being found dead. And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown.
My hometown.
I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remembered the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when
Whatever
Mayumi
the
was
midnight
alive,
channel's
she was
connected to,
chasing a
it's
rumor
causing all
about
this
some
trouble.
bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did, so I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store.
He was hunch-maxing.
Look at him.
Something about spirits.
After agonizing
Look at
over
him
it,
go.
I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful.
I'd listen to him. Look at him.
Yeah. Be careful. Lower back
But that
problem.
same
Start
night,
early. Posture.
On the
Posture.
TV,
Careful, I'm turning into a shrimp.
Ate too much shrimp.
she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please!
Get on.
The next day, they found her dead.
Skill issue.
I knew she was going to be murdered,
Down the chat.
but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me.
Screw
Nobody
it.
at
She's
work.
dead and you're not.
Not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered. And the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Aw.
Yes. From the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
I
It
used
was
to be
around that
famous.
time when I met
I think
Mayumi.
I could make this about
She
me.
was interviewing our candidate for the
I've
next
strained
election.
spaghetti
She was a
before. I
big
know
name
what you're
announcer,
going through.
but she only
I've
worked
had
with low
spaghetti.
stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk
That's
to.
about Teddy. It makes no sense.
I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help
Not
getting
having
intimate with
Teddy
her.
just shattered
She
his psyche.
gave meaning to my life.
I know.
Soon after
That's what Teddy
Saki-san
did
was
to us.
found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you.
You don't know that.
She'll be kidnapped next. And murdered. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her?
Peter Spaghetti.
What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered.
Oh.
Once things calm down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way to find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind.
Real.
Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought.
Or kidnapping people to save them.
Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
She died. What strength?
Come on.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Mission? Give me a break! You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
I thought I was the
I
only
don't
one
have
who
the
could help
dialogue
them.
options.
I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery
us
man would be the
half a game to
perfect
figure
cover
out.
for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril.
Yeah, that sucks too. 'cause
It was
every
my
time you
friends
see 'em,
here
they're
who
like, "Oh, they
really
must have
saved
been
us all.
fine." I did say, "Oh,
Yeah.
there they
I
are."
had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place. I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew you couldn't even get out of that place on your own.
No. That's a cowardly way to put it. I'd probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you all.
See us? Wait, are you talking about the concert we did at Juness?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. I wanted to know why the ones I saved were all hanging out with each other, and how much you remembered. But in the end, I couldn't bring myself to say anything and ran home.
It would have felt weird.
I must have felt too guilty.
Like, high school kids. Yeah.
But all the
Even if you were
doubts and
saving, it must have
anxieties
felt
I'd been
weird.
unconsciously suppressing exploded out when I
You
entered
remember,
the
like,
television
fourth one, you're
myself.
like, "God, this
I thought I was going insane.
Like, unfortunately easy.
I probably did.
Yeah.
You know the rest.
This sucks how good
When I
am
came
at
to,
this.
I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool.
I mean, same here, man.
I
We
always
spent,
wanted
like,
to enter the world of
this whole
politics
game fishing.
and become useful
Yeah.
to society.
Yeah.
But after losing my job
We've
and
been
the woman I
servicing the
loved,
Fox, really.
all I had left was this power.
That's
I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero.
Nope, that's us. Good job.
We're the hero. You suck.
Nope,
I
that's
never
us.
doubted what I saw on TV and
Yeah.
believed everything was as
We're
I
the
wanted
best.
it to be.
We're the
I
best.
didn't think for myself at
Take it
all.
easy.
That's why I couldn't protect them.
You suck. We're the best.
And to blame all of this.
Well, what's done is done.
What's done is done.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that.
Well, not with that attitude.
I have no
Yeah.
intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Kidnapping is already a
Death.
serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Even speeding through town with that
The
truck.
Midnight Channel and the other world,
You're gonna serve
you
some
can
time.
hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly.
No,
we
don't.
must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
Whoever got bad
As
ending.
many
I guess
do.
from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
That would be suspicious too. You're like, God, I didn't even take them out of that
such a
TV. And
joke.
yet, there they are, all hanging out together. That's weird.
I'm sorry.
Would have been suspicious.
I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
There's a lot of people.
My
here. Jesus
apologies.
Christ.
We'll be
What's
leaving
this,
now.
an anime?
You said
Wait.
you and this guy.
Yeah.
I beg you.
No, you're
No,
not leaving.
Please,
You're
find
all
whoever's
under
behind
arrest.
this. You children.
Yeah, we served like 6 months.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
another plan.
Yeah, we all serve hard time. The killer gets away.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
That cop is right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so someone else threw the first 2 and then just watched, sat back and watched.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Now get out of here!
Get out of
I
here, you had
told
your
you,
moment.
he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen.
Get out of here, you had your moment.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
Be a deer.
This was the
Morgan.
last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
Where is he?
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening
Yeah,
to
there you
discuss
go.
our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
I do too.
Speaking
In fact,
of
that's
life.
all I care about.
Yeah, we've rubbed off on her.
She knows.
Hey, well, yeah, that's a hell of a
Oh, yeah.
progress there.
Huge plot.
Plotted up, dude.